Hi everyone, and welcome to my next video tutorial, which is going to be focused on configuring our environment variables with AWS Secrets Manager. So we're going to use AWS Secrets Manager to store our environment variables as key value pairs, with the key being the environment variable itself, and the value being our value that we've assigned to the environment variable. So let's get started. So first of all, you want to search for Secrets Manager, so you can just partially type it in and then AWS will auto search for us. So here we can click on Secrets Manager. Okay. And if this is your first time using the service, you'll see the following page. You can just close this info panel if it's open. And as you can see here, we can get started and store a new secret. Now, please do keep in mind here the pricing in terms of the cost per secret per month, the cost per 10,000 API calls. Just keep in mind that there is a 30-day free trial available, and you can also learn more by clicking on the following down here. Okay, so if you're happy with everything, let's go ahead and get started. So you want to go ahead and store a new secret. And then we're going to follow a setup wizard with AWS Secrets Manager. So step one is to choose a secret type. Now there are many categories available here. Most of them are specifically geared towards databases, database services on AWS, such as Amazon RDS databases, Amazon Document DB, Amazon Redshift Data Warehouse, and credentials for other databases. Now, we want to focus on environment variables. So in our case, it's going to be other type of secret. So let's assume that we are a developer, a web developer that is focused, let's say, on Python or Django, for example. And we have our environment variables set in our application locally. And what we want to do is we want to reference those environment variables in AWS Secrets Manager to be a little bit more secure when we are going to be plugging it into our application once it gets deployed, whether it is deployed, for example, on AWS Elastic Beanstalk or within a container via Amazon Elastic Container Service. We will be able to then divert our environment variables to those services based on deployment. So let's go on ahead and get started. So what you want to do is here under key value pairs, you want to add in your environment variable. So the key is the environment variable and the value is the value assigned to the environment variable. So let's go ahead and add in a few here. So I'm going to add in some random ones. So let's say secret underscore key, and I'm going to set the value here as HGF. I'm just putting some random things in here like such. Then I want to say add row, and next I want to, for example, say database name, so db underscore name. I'm going to say database 1, add a row, then I'm going to say db underscore password, and the value, let's say that. Okay, so remember, make sure your environment variables in Secrets Manager and the values assigned match what you have set up in your application itself, because we're going to inject these environment variables into your application and there needs to be an exact match. So you need to bear in mind that it is very case sensitive. Very important to remember that fact. Okay, so you've got that set. Once you've added in your environment variables, you can go and scroll down and just ensure that you have your encryption key set up here. It should be by default, and that's going to be set to AWS Secrets Manager. If you're happy with that, you can just go ahead and say next. Now you need to give your secret a name. So I'm going to give it environment variables 1, and I'm also going to use that as a description as well. So go ahead and type in a secret name that you prefer, and you can add in a description if you want to add more information about it. You can also add in tags, specify resource permissions, and also replicate a secret, but we're going to keep it simple since these are optional and we want to keep it straightforward. So now we can say next. Okay, and we can see here that we already have a secret with this name. So this is good that this comes up so you know for future reference. So remember, secret names need to be unique. So here I'm just going to put in secret environment variables 2. Okay, so make sure it's always new for each secret that you create. So let's say next. Okay, and as you can see here, we have the opportunity to configure automatic rotation here. So you can use AWS Secrets Manager to rotate this secret automatically. And you can also set a schedule here if you've enabled it after a certain amount of time in terms of units, hours, and windows, which you can set for that rotational period. It's a little bit advanced, okay? So let's just keep it simple, but it's definitely something to look into and experiment in the future. So let's scroll down and say next. And now we're in the final stage here in the setup wizard, the review stage. So you can just have a look here at all the sections that pertain to the previous steps. And if you're happy with that, if there's something that you don't like or you want to change, you can go to a previous step, or you can cancel this process entirely. So I'm happy with everything, so I'm going to say store. Okay, and now I can close notification, refresh, and I can see now I have my secret here known as environment variables 2, and I can go ahead and click on that. And as I can see now, I have a table here, and it shows me all the important information in terms of my secret name, the encryption key that's used, and the secret ARN. Now, typically speaking, what's the most important part here is to keep in mind your secret name and your secret ARN. So this is usually what you're going to use if you want to reference and inject your environment variable from Secret Manager to, for example, Amazon Elastic Container Service, and you want to assign your environment variables and plug them into your task definition. You're going to want to reference to that secret name and that secret ARN. Very important to remember these two. Now, if you want to see your values and get them, here under the secret value tab, if you scroll down, you can say retrieve secret value. And in there, you can see a list of your key value pairs. In other words, here on the left, your environment variable names, and here on the right, your environment variable values. So here you can see that being assigned accordingly and what will be injected if you refer to this secret that you have created here. Okay. So in regards to what I mentioned before, let's say, for example, you have an application and you have Dockerized it, for example, and you want to transform it to run as a Docker container. You want to then set up your task definition and your ECS container. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to refer to the following documentation here, which is going to explain to you in detail how you can retrieve secrets, manager secrets, through environment variables. And this is going to help you to give a stronger insight into how you would focus on that process in terms of IAM permissions, creating the secret, and most importantly, like I mentioned before, how you would add the environment variable to the container definition itself accordingly in terms of the sample code that is provided to you here on how you would set that up. But like I mentioned before, make sure that you keep in mind once you are following through this process to remember the secret name and the secret ARN. That's very important to remember from the AWS Secrets Manager side. All right, so that's it, guys, for this video tutorial on how you can configure your environment variables with AWS Secrets Manager. I will be sure to attach the following documentation in the pinned comment section for you to reference when you are deploying, more specifically with your containers, for example, or if you want to utilize Secrets Manager with other services in AWS. All right, guys, so that's it for this video tutorial. And as always, thank you, and I will see you in the next video tutorial. And that's all for now. And thank you as always, and goodbye.